Hello, denizens of the internet. Yeah, I'm in severe pain. My back is in spasms, but I'm able to do this video because I'm zapping my back with Dr. Ho's pain therapy zapper, which I love and works really well. This is not a sponsored video. Anyways, yeah, I'm not just the former network executive reaction today, but present day business mogul. The most fun I have on my channel is providing behind the scenes context to what Hollywood execs are doing when they make decisions that seem to fly in the face of logic, reality, and wanting to make a buck. Today, I want to tell all of you why Disney has cratered all the pop culture powerhouses that they have purchased and bitten off more than they could chew. It's not an incompetence story as much as others have opined, although, of course, that does enter into it. It's actually a mergers and acquisition story, and I can already see you're filled with excitement. I will provide added insight as to why Lucasfilm, Marvel, and Pixar have become unrecognizable. The thing you all have to understand that mergers and acquisitions, or M&As, as we like to call them, take place all the time, and more fail than succeed. And that's the key point I want you to understand. I keep trying to tell all of you that just because we're dealing with corporations whose output is movies, TV shows, comic books, etc., what we categorize as creative products, that they are somehow different from a steel foundry, they are not. When Michael Eisner became president of Disney, all those old movies sitting collecting dust were no different from a warehouse full of unsold ribbon steel rusting. A company will purchase another company for many reasons. Getting rid of a competitor, buying its inventory, its superior technology, its patents, its talent, its leadership. The challenge is that every company has a different culture. And if you've ever worked for HR, you'll know their favorite saying is that culture eats strategy. Internally, you could recognize major problems, and the existing corporate culture will defeat any of your attempts to change things for the better. So, how much worse does that get when trying to incorporate the foreign organisms you've just bought? In the case of Disney, management rightfully recognized that while their princess brand was very successful, it could only get them so far. So, let's buy some boy brands. I said brands, not bands. No, we're not talking NSYNC here. Star Wars, yes, loved by all, but it's a boy brand, or was, and so was Marvel, which included the movies and comic books. We'll buy those and we'll have everything covered. The Pixar acquisition was a technology talent play, and I'll get back to that later. There are some legendary companies that do a great job of M&A, like Cisco. The most successful strategy is usually to leave your purchases alone and let them continue on their successful strategy because, well, something made them successful. But of course, a company with a spotty M&A record is going to screw it up. Essentially, everything is played out as expected. Ow. The princess culture of Disney could not leave the boy cultures of Star Wars and Marvel alone. The Force was female, we found out. Now, many of you might argue that Kathleen the Usurper Kennedy came as part of the Lucasfilm package. George installed her himself, but I'm going to put it to you that it would not have mattered if Michael Bay was in charge. The culture crabgrass of Disney would have overtaken the Lucasfilm backyard eventually. From Disney's perspective, it was a blessing that Kennedy was already politically aligned and hell-bent on destroying her boss's legacy. What luck. In the case of Marvel, we thought we had an ally in Kevin Feige, but the princess culture of Disney shrunk whatever testicles Feige had. And you just have to look at the output of Disney's acquisitions. Daisy Ridley was a charming Rey Palpatine, but as others have noted, she was clearly the bestest ever, not requiring even a semblance of the hero's journey. The ignominious ending of Han Solo, not even a break for a tissue. And of course, the wretched trilogy. Then we have the emasculation of the male superheroes of the Marvel Universe. It wasn't enough to replace them with female photocopies, but they had to be demeaned and ridiculed at every appearance and often kicked in the crotch. Now we have the Marvels movie, Charlie's Angels in Spandex with Nick Fury playing Bosley. We also have Star Wars Visions, a compilation of different animation studios contributing heroic adventures featuring only women, near as I can tell. We have Bo-Katan replacing Din Djarin. We have Ahsoka, the Ahsoka show featuring only female heroes, and all the bad guys are men. Sounds like I've gone all conspiracy theory on you, but I'm just reporting what we're all seeing. My point is that no one should have been shocked by these changes. Sure, we've been complaining, watching diversions that we enjoyed for decades, also with our kids reduced to smoldering rubble. Now, this is not meant as an anti-female rant. On the other hand, the havoc wrought by the Princess Kraken at Disney has not improved the product, and we have definitive proof that Star Wars is pretty much dead and Marvel is on life support. Ironically, the "we don't need no men" ideology that has taken over Disney doesn't seem to be helping their own princess brand either. Rather than giving audiences what they want with perhaps a few twists, we have a Disney that is lecturing its audience. This is the fault of leadership. Finally, poor Pixar. Disney bought it for its tech, talent, and John Lasseter. But once again, Disney culture could not stand an outlier like Lasseter, who did not work the way Disney culture demanded, primarily because he was demanding. And the drive-by shooting style of passive-aggressive management at Disney did not mesh well with Lasseter's straight-from-the-hip style. So he had to go. Voila! We have seen a continual decline in Pixar quality and innovation ever since. Coincidence? I suggest you do the autopsy on Disney yourselves. And now we come to the last of the failed M&A fallacies, the notion that the purchaser has enough bandwidth and talent to manage the acquisitions. Apart from brand conflict, I think Disney has been overwhelmed by trying to take complete control of Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pixar, and recently Fox. They have no strategy, it seems. They've lost their corporate identity. As much as we love to hate Apple and Microsoft, we have a clear idea of their brand promise. I have no idea what Disney stands for anymore. Do you? It's a diluted mess. And in the near term, that will be its biggest challenge to fix that. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.